A mysterious family tragedy, a quiet fight for her life, and a career move you'd never expect. Alicia Witt's life outside of Hallmark has more drama than any TV movie. To say that Alicia Witt was a precocious child is more than an understatement. By age 1, she was reading Shakespeare, which she soon learned to memorize and recite, in a foreshadowing of the future that lay ahead for her. 5-year-old Witt made an astonishing appearance on the 1980s reality showcase That's Incredible, in which she acted out the famous balcony scene from Shakespeare's Romeo and Juliet.
Oh, Romeo, wherefore art thou, Romeo?
Witt soon came to the attention of director David Lynch. He was having a hard time finding a child articulate enough to play the role of Aaliyah, a child with the wisdom and knowledge of an adult for his science fiction film Dune. Witt was cast in the role when she was 7. When filming was done, Witt went back home to Massachusetts and went on as before. It wasn't until her teens that she finally decided to pursue a career in Hollywood. Witt got her first starring role as a murderous teen in the chilling 1994 film Fun. That led to a role in the Allison Anders-directed segment of Quentin Tarantino's 1995 anthology film 4 Rooms, in which she played opposite Madonna, and a recurring role as Sybil Shepherd's daughter on the mid-90s sitcom Sybil. Urban Legend soon followed, along with several roles in television dramas. Although Alicia Witt occasionally angled for laughs throughout the first half of her career, dark characters, unspeakable crimes, and devastating drama were a unifying theme. Then she discovered there was something appealing about wading into a more lighthearted territory. She told Glamour in 2020, "If you're making a movie about something really dark, it does something different to your psyche. You'll get home from work and try to shake it off, and you're kind of in a darker place." Starting in 2010 with her starring role in Backyard Wedding, Witt has been collaborating at least annually with the Hallmark Channel to make heartwarming, romantic productions, including more than 10 Christmas-themed TV movies. According to Glamour, Witt saw the benefit of balancing her darker work with Hallmark's lighter fare, once saying, "It's fun to come out with a movie where every day you have a happy ending, and it's a sweet love story or family story." Fun is also how Witt described the vibes on the sets of her Hallmark Channel projects. She has said that she likes the fact that her collaborations with Hallmark make people happy. That sort of thing is why I wanted to be an actor in the first place, to help make the world a little bit of a better place. Although Alicia Witt has, in the last dozen or so years, been associated with feel-good Hallmark Channel programming, she hasn't stopped taking on darker roles. In 2013, the same year that Witt made her first Hallmark Channel Christmas movie, she also took on the role of Wendy Crow, a sister of the crime lord Daryl Crow in FX's Justified. And for Witt fans who weren't the Hallmark Channel type, she also made an appearance in the very un-Hallmark-esque Christmas comedy A Medea Christmas. Although Witt took on her sweetly romantic role in television's Nashville in 2016, she quickly moved back into darker, more ironic fare, with appearances in David Lynch's Twin Peaks reboot, 2017's The Exorcist series, and Orange is the New Black. Alicia Witt is an actor whose true passion lies in songwriting. According to her website, Witt identifies equally as a pop singer-songwriter, one whose impressive musical credentials date back to age 7, when she first began taking classical piano lessons, according to her website. At 11 years old, even after having made her big screen debut, Witt still had her heart set on a career as a concert pianist, according to the Los Angeles Times. However, as time went on, she came to feel that songwriting communicates her truth most expressively, she told the Nashville Edit. In fact, Witt's entry into songwriting came about because she needed a way to express herself after the breakup of a long-term romantic relationship. Encouraged by other singer-songwriters who recognized her talent, Witt soon set her sights on becoming a full-fledged professional songwriter. She now has 5 albums, including 2018's 15,000 Days, most of which she wrote while working on the TV series Nashville, where she also performed her original music. Her latest album, The Conduit, dropped in 2021. Witt has also performed her own music in some of her TV movies for the Hallmark Channel. In late May 2022, Alicia Witt revealed to her fans via Instagram that since late 2021, she'd been undergoing treatment for breast cancer, including the removal of her left breast. She wrote at the time, "There is so much more to share, and I can't wait to do so. If I can help just one person to be less scared, to be more informed, to go through this feeling less alone, I want to." On June 1st, she posted a video in which she bangs a gong in celebration of having completed her chemotherapy treatment, which was neoadjuvant, meaning it preceded her mastectomy. She wrote in the caption, "Just a little over 2 months ago, I had my last round of chemical therapy prior to my mastectomy. I'm so grateful to all those along the way during treatment who honored me by protecting my privacy during these months." Although the drugs used in her chemotherapy are the kind that have historically caused hair loss, Witt used the cold cap therapy to preserve her hair. Witt was declared cancer-free in May of 2022, but will continue immunotherapy treatments through the end of 2022. This is becoming standard protocol for people diagnosed with Witt's type of breast cancer, known as HER2 positive, which is more aggressive and more resistant to classic chemotherapy according to the Mayo Clinic. However, in the late 1990s, an immunotherapy treatment called Herceptin became available, halving the risk of this particular cancer spread. On December 21st, 2021, just before Alicia Witt began breast cancer treatment, she suffered a devastating loss. Both her parents, 75-year-old Diane Witt and 87-year-old Robert Witt, were found deceased in their Worcester, Massachusetts home following a welfare check. Via USA Today, prior to that, they had fallen out of contact with everyone outside their home for several days, including Alicia. Witt released a written statement that said, "I reached out to a cousin who lives close to my parents to check on them. Sadly, the outcome was unimaginable." The cause of death remained a mystery until February 23, 2022, when the Massachusetts medical examiner released Mr. and Mrs. Witt's death certificates, listing their deaths as having occurred on December 20th, 2021. The probable cause of death was cardiac dysrhythmia, resulting from exposure to cold. Neighbors stated that the house, which was in extensive disrepair at the time, had been without a working heating system for some period of time. Witt knew that her parents were living in difficult circumstances, but according to E! News, her attempts to intervene were spurned by the elderly couple. Witt asked for privacy while she processed her grief. In an interview with the Nashville Edit that took place sometime after Alicia Witt moved to Nashville in 2017, the star was identified as a proud vegan. While it's unclear when her vegan lifestyle began, it seems to have given way to a slightly more balanced approach to plant-based eating, which Witt espouses in her 2021 book, Small Changes, a rules-free guide to add more plant-based foods, peace, and power to your life. In August 2010, Witt spoke to New York Magazine about enjoying sushi before her musical performances at Manhattan's Joe's Pub. On the other hand, she also mentioned how much she enjoys the vegan chicken curry at Whole Foods. By November 2011, PETA, for whom she made a video explaining the importance of adopting as opposing to shopping for pets, reported that Witt was indeed a vegan. However, in November 2021, Witt described her eating style to Closer Weekly as mostly plant-based. Several weeks after Small Changes was published by a HarperCollins imprint, she told the outlet, "I discovered somewhat accidentally that I prefer to be 99.5% plant-based. I find that everything about my body works better. My energy level is higher and my skin looks better. It all comes from the inside out." The book is a collection of Witt's thoughts on how to find balance in life, including eating more plant-based foods. Witt, who has narrated several audiobooks, including a children's book by the late celebrated author Paula Danziger, also provided audio narration for Small Changes.